Hare Krishna. Welcome, friends. Welcome to the world of Krishna consciousness outside of Maya. And actually, we have tried to understand this from last so many lectures of Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, and Chaitanya Charitamrita. We have understood that, or we have tried to understand that liberation is not everybody's cup of tea. But I have told you that liberation is a cup of tea. How it is? And you chant Krishna and you are liberated at that particular moment, for that particular moment, not for the entire life or for all the births and deaths. That is very difficult. But for this particular time, you are liberated from Maya. And if you want to get out of the clutches of Maya, very simple. Say Krishna and you are out of the clutches of Maya. But you have to make it a sincere endeavor to produce consciousness in your heart about Krishna. Saying Krishna is like, and hearing a Gujarati person hearing a Tamil song. This should not be there. One should understand first what Krishna is, who Krishna is. I should not say what. He is a supreme personality of Godhead. First, that is what we mistake with what Krishna. We think that Krishna is the idol. And when we say विग्रह में भी हमको भगवान देखना चाहिए, बराबर है, हम विग्रह को भगवान मानते हैं और किसी को भगवान और किधर भी भगवान नहीं देखते, ये भी एक गलती है. And we always think that only the idol is having the, and the Lord Krishna is situated only in the idol. But we also forget that Lord Krishna is situated in our heart as Paramatma. That also has to be understood. And if once that is understood, that only Krishna is situated as Paramatma in your heart. Lord Shiva, Lord Brahmaji is not situated in your heart. Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, Goddess Durga, Lakshmi Mata, Lakshmi, the consort of Lord Vishnu. No. Who is situated in your heart? Lord Krishna, in the form of Vishnu, is situated in your heart as Paramatma. And Vishnu Tattva, the source of Vishnu Tattva is Lord Krishna. That nobody should forget. So even if I say Vishnu is situated, you should say Krishna. Why? Because the source is Krishna. Nadiadwala and Sons, if you have read somewhere, now you must have been clicking. Why and Sons? Nadiadwala is the surname and his sons. So one should not forget the source. They are only the sons. The source is Nadiadwala. If that is there, when I am saying he is my son, and some may say to my son, you are staying at your parents' house, all your property is because of your parents. You are having so much ego that you are having so much property in Varar. And but remember, this is not your income. This is about your parents' income. First, you show me what you can do on your own, earning on your own, taking a flat on your own, and then I can say that it is your earning. ये तो बाप कमाई है, आप कमाई करके बताओ. So if one is understanding the source, then first thing what is happening is our ego goes out. And why all this is required? Why this is required, that I should understand myself or I should understand God? Why? Once you understand the proper, your actual position, your Brahm, or say ignorance, the mood of ignorance. Ignorance means Ajnanat Ananda. One person is ignoring the other things. It means he is having happiness. If I am ignoring MBBS and happy with 10th standard of education, it means I am happy. Why I am happy? Because I am ignorant. I don't know the respect and quality of respect what an MBBS MD doctor gets when he completes one operation and saves life of a person. When he saves life of a patient, what respect he gets, that I am not able to understand. Why? Because I am ignorant. And I am ignorant towards my studies also. That is why I am only now 10th standard pass. And then I am saying that I am not getting proper respect. And then I am fighting for my right in the government, that I am not getting proper respect. Just because I am 10th pass. No, you might be getting respect. But have you understood from where you will gain that respect? That respect which a doctor gets? No. Why? Because you are ignorant. And a student tries to get the respect by slapping the professor. Some movies we have seen, some incidences we have heard in the newspaper. Some students get the respect by, and if the girl is saying a no to him, even for friendship, and some boys we have seen some incidences in criminal way that they put an acid and all that. Why all these nonsense things are happening? Because of ignorance. Because of ignorance, if one's ego is hurt and he tries to do all this nonsense. But why a person is having ego? Because he thinks everything is done by him. So why one should understand his constitutional position? When he comes to know that it is not the him who is doing everything, it is Lord Krishna who is doing everything, he is only the reason. And the jiva is only an instrument. And the energy is all of Lord Krishna. And when that energy goes away from the body and the person dies, and then the dead body is not able to do anything. And when this dead body is not able to do anything, what to speak about doing harm or doing good? And when a person gives a donation and they speaks that instead of doing God consciousness, I would give donation to a poor, well, the thing which you are able to do is because of God. जिसका कमाया पहले उसका हक बनता है ना. अगर मेरे if I am earning because of my dad given me education till MBA, now I am earning 50,000. So first credit goes to my dad. Because he taught me, I am now a computer engineer and I am earning 50,000 per month just because my dad has taught me engineering. And there are many people who are not learned, who are not educated, and then they are and sometimes seen at a lower post. And their earning is very meager earning, and they are now fighting for survival because of lockdown. So whatever is by credit should be given to that particular person. That is called as gratitude. And forget about gratitude. We say that God is not doing anything. Instead of giving to God, we should give it to the poor person. How? Whether that poor person is the source of your energy. And when he gives, okay, wo dua deta hai, he gives some benedictions. And a poor person, he is not able to get clothes for himself. And he is giving you benediction that you will get a car, you will get a bungalow. And is that possible? Who is giving you benediction? That has to be seen. And a company's boss, if he tells you some job, go to the bank and do, he might do it because the company's boss is telling you. But if the peon tells you, okay, you go and do this, will you do? But then when you do that as in the job, when you understand that way, why do you understand this way? That the benedictions are the best wishes given by a person who is in need himself. Will he be able to satisfy your needs? What you are doing, you are satisfying his needs and helping him. I am not saying that is bad, but whether he will be satisfying your needs, no. That he can't do. But then no, I am not doing with any returns. But then why you are doing good deeds? There must be some reason for doing anything. No, I don't have any reason for doing good deed. Then you are lazy, or you are, I think, same problem with you. First you have to understand why you are doing. And if any one person laughs, and when we ask him why you are laughing, and if he says without reason, we think that there is some mental problem in him. So whatever we are doing, first we have to understand why we are doing Krishna consciousness, because the source of all our energy is Lord Krishna. And for that we will first try to do Sankirtan, then I will elaborate on this point later on. जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन यमुना तीर बनचारी यमुना तीर बनचारी राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेव जय सुभद्रा जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भवतु मे जय जय प्रभुपा निताय गौर हरि बोल निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। And let's pay our obeisances to our Guru Maharaj. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kantam Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण प्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन इति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। And so we have tried to understand and why we require Krishna consciousness. As a part of gratitude, say as a part of duty, as he is our father, Bija Pradapita. Last but not the least, it becomes our requirement. As we require to eat, as we require to drink water, as we require to do the necessities of our life, and we require to do Krishna consciousness. And why? Because the taste of our food is because of Lord Krishna. That one has to understand. All the senses are given to us by Lord Krishna. That is said in Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita clearly says, all the senses are coming from me. You are angry, that sense also is coming from Lord Krishna, but that doesn't mean you should get angry. Good anger for devotee purpose, or for if someone is against the devotees and then if you get angry, that is a different thing. But people even use this as a humiliating another junior devotee. That is also wrong. Okay, for one devotee and a senior devotee or the president of the temple, it is his duty only to teach, not to humiliate. And if one person is wrong, say he is not senior devotees, that doesn't mean you should be humiliated. But I have seen in temples that people humiliate other person. As I am having some experience of these temples. And it should not be there. May not be in ISKCON temples, but outside temples I have seen. And a person is scolding, why you are not grooming properly. That should not be there. But in ISKCON temple, in our parampara, everybody is giving respect. And if it is a ISKCON temple, ISKCON authorized temple, if you want to see whether it is in ISKCON authorized temple, then one should be seeing that every person of that temple, whether he is junior or senior, Dikshit or non-Dikshit, and you will see that they are respecting others. That thing has been taught by my Guru also, Shiksha Guru, Diksha Guru, both. And our entire base of ISKCON is only on the basis of you should respect the other devotee. So we will start with understanding Krishna first and how that Krishna helps a devotee but does not interfere with non-devotees' fate. Krishna may interfere with fate of devotees, but he never interferes with the fate of non-devotees. And some people are doing Devi Devata consciousness just because they want the Devi Devata consciousness to tweak their fate. That is absolutely not possible. Forget about it. Devi Devata can help you to pay electric bill. They cannot lower your electric bill. For example, if I give you this an example. Devi Devata cannot lower your if your bike is giving you a mileage of 50 kiloliters per kilometer per liter, and if you think by doing Devi Devata consciousness that will be 100 kilometers per liter, forget it. But then why you are doing Devi Devata consciousness? And then you will get some more money to pay for your petrol. That only Devi Devata can help you. But what Krishna consciousness does? And Krishna consciousness, it doesn't mean that you will get the money for flight. It means that you will not be having a desire to go to a nonsense place with your bike wasting petrol, or to use the electricity for nonsense purpose, wasting the electricity and having you a more bill. you will use all as an investment in a sensible purpose, and that will reap you benefits for that. What is sensible? Something which is beneficial for us is sensible, and something which is not beneficial for us is nonsense. Now we will try to understand this in this the katha of deliverance of Nalakuber and Manigriva. Whenever I am giving an introduction and I think that it is related definitely to your katha, but one thing let me tell you, I don't actually intend to do that, but God gets it done from me, and that is what is the mercy of Lord Krishna and Srimati Radharani. The story of the cursing of Nalakuber and Manigriva and their deliverance by Krishna under all blissful desire of the great sage Narada is here described. The two great demigods. Now, demigods, the word demigods. Demigods is not actually the word humiliated to the Devi Devatas. No. It is that actual constitutional position even they accept. Brahmaji accepts Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. And in this one shloka he accepts everything. Ishvara Parama, topmost authority is Lord Krishna. Sachidananda, all eternity, all eternal knowledge, all eternal happiness, and all knowledge and all happiness is with Lord Krishna. Sachidananda Vigraha. Vigraha means form. Anadir Adir Govinda. Anadi, he doesn't have a beginning. Adi, he is the beginning. Anadir Adir Govinda, Sarva Karana Karanam, all causes of cause of all causes. And when we understand that, Nalakuber and Mani, and Brahmaji accepts that he is a demigod, and Lord Krishna is God. When Brahmaji accepts Lord Krishna, Shivaji, and if someone wants to read Radha Kavach, and Radha Kavach is as Lord Krishna has chanted Bhagavad Gita, Radha Kavach has been chanted by Lord Shiva. And if some people say Shiva is great, and why in the Radha Kavach, why Shivji has said that Radha is great? And Srimati Radharani accepts Shivji as great devotee. But Lord Shiva accepts Srimati Radharani as goddess. That also we will be hearing somewhere Srimati Radharani and glorifies Lord Shiva, but as a good devotee. Lord Krishna glorifies Lord Shiva as a great devotee. Srila Prabhupada ji glorifies Lord Shiva as a devotee. And Lord Shiva is one of the great 12 Mahajanas who accepts the superiority of Lord Krishna. Those who accept the superiority of Lord Krishna fully, by wholeheartedly, they are called as Mahajans. We are called as Vaishnavas, we are not called as Mahajans, because we accept the superiority of Lord Krishna. The Vishnu Tattva is who is the source of the Vishnu Tattva. That is why Vaishnava. We are Krishna, it's not Vaishnavas. How that is possible? The source of Vishnu Tattva is Krishna. Vishnu Tattva is having importance because of Lord Krishna. That is why we say we are Vaishnavas. And we are not Vaishnavas, we are Krishnas. It will be a foolish sentence if the source of Vishnu Tattva is Lord Krishna. So definitely we are Vaishnavas. That Tattva which is there in Lord, which is the source of Lord, the Tattva to whom the source is Lord Krishna. And Vishnu Tattva is the source of Lord Vishnu. But Krishna is not the source, Vishnu Tattva is not the source of Lord Krishna. The source of Vishnu Tattva is Lord Krishna. Vishnu Tattva comes from Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna doesn't come from Vishnu Tattva. That one has to understand properly. One has to understand everything's constitutional provision. Why Krishna? We say Krishna is greater. We are not Krishnites, we are Vaishnavas. Why? Because Vishnu Tattva, the source of Vishnu Tattva is Krishna. Source of Vaman Avatar is Vishnu Tattva. Source of Narsimha Avatar is Vishnu Tattva. Source of Sri Rama Prabhu is Vishnu Tattva. And when we are accepting Vishnu Tattva as great, it means we will get liberated very fast. Because the mercy which we will get from a Vishnu Tattva is more towards satisfaction rather than fulfilling desire. फुलफिलमेंट ऑफ वन डिज़ायर क्रिएट्स अनदर डिज़ायर. अगर मैं एक जगह चोरी करता हूँ और मुझे पुलिस पकड़ती नहीं है तो मैं ये समझता हूँ अभी मैंने पुलिस को मात दे दी. And if one thief is thefting at one place and he is not getting caught, that he means thinks that, oh, I have theft 1 crore, now enjoying it lavishly, and nobody even doesn't know what I have done. Fine. But the second time again he does that. Why? Because now he is not having any fear. And then if people are thinking, okay, same way it happens in everywhere. So one has to accept Vishnu Tattva. What Vishnu Tattva will do, he will make you understand that the source is this Vishnu Tattva because of which you are able to speak and hear and see and all that. And this Vishnu Tattva, and then you will come to know when the source is this Lord Krishna, and when you will be able to accept the authority of Lord Krishna, and then the devotion will be much more stronger. And that is why we have to understand Bhagavad Gita also with this. The two great demigods, Nala Kuvera and Manigriva, this is what is the position of a demigod who has understood what their own position as demigod. And how they commit mistakes, these demigods, and how Krishna, Lord Krishna protects them, demigods. And what is the Krishna's authority over demigods? Why they are called as demigods and why Krishna is called as God? This has been explained nicely in this katha. We will go ahead. Kuvera, who was a great devotee of Lord Shiva, by the grace of Lord Shiva, Kuvera's material opulences had no limit. And this sentence should be understood properly. It may take 2 lectures on this, okay, no problem with it. But I will tell you each and every sentence has a greater meaning and what applies to my mind as a devotee. And here it is said, where sons of treasurer of Nalakuvera, the two great demigods, Nalakuvera and Manigriva, were sons of the treasurer of the demigods Kuvera. And Kuvera was the great devotee of Lord Shiva, all material appearances. And by doing the devotion of great devotee of Lord Shiva and the persons who are great devotee of Lord Shiva, and this comes here, your point. And he was Kuvera, who was a great devotee of Lord Shiva. Then what he got? We will understand that. By the grace of Lord Shiva, Kuvera's material opulences had no limit. And Lord Shiva can give you only material. Materialistic God, demigods, will give you only materialistic. They are not Vishnu Tattva, they are Shiva Tattva. Shiva Tattva, and when Kuvera, devotion of Lord Shiva and Shiva Tattva, he is accepting Shiva Tattva. When you accept Shiva Tattva, you will get all the material benefits. I agree with that. And if you are striving for material benefits, Lord Shiva, perfect. Devon ke Dev, Mahadev. But again, Mahadev, Devi Devata. He can give you only material benefits. But if you want something more, material benefits will give you pleasures of instruments of pleasures. It will not give you the pleasure itself, because they don't have that benefit of the pleasure. And we have seen in beginning of the introduction of the Chaitanya Charitamrita also that the pleasure in itself is Lord Shiva, Krishna. The word pleasure, the source again as the pleasure is of Lord Krishna. So Shivji only can give you the instruments of pleasure, not the pleasure within. And sometimes we have seen we are having TV, but we are not able to enjoy that TV because we are now having some sorrow in our mind, and the person who is having tension, and tomorrow I want to earn, otherwise I don't have to eat, he starts smoking cigarette. Why? Because now he is in tension what to earn tomorrow. And Shivaji will give you that cigarette. You mean to say I am saying that Shivji is wrong? No, he will fulfill your material desire. That is what I mean to tell you. Whether it is right or wrong, that Shivji will not see. You are doing his devotion and you will get that benefit. And if you want to hurt someone, you go to Devi Durga, Kali Mata, and you do her devotion, and she will help you in hurting another person. But then is it right or wrong? That is not the job of Kali Mata to see that. You have done her devotion, and whenever you do a job in a workplace and you see that you are doing a job and you have completed your job properly, and then you get, even आप अगर 2 नंबर के कंपनी में भी काम कर रहे हैं, 2 नंबर के कंपनी में भी अगर आप सर्विस कर रहे हैं तो भी आपको पगार मिलता है. And if you are a top notch company, Tata and what to speak, Reliance and all that, you do a job, you do your job properly, you get salary, even perks, fine. But then what you do about that salary, that even Reliance will not ask you. Go ahead. You want to have liquor, go ahead. You want to enjoy beer bar, go ahead. You want to enjoy prostitutes, go ahead. You want to enjoy lust, or say you want to enjoy good food, go ahead. But then I don't do this type of nonsense things. I am a very good person. I enjoy only food, normal veg food. Okay, I am pure veg. What to speak about non-veg? I am pure veg. Okay, the principle of dharma you are following of doing mercy. And whenever you speak about that I am doing as per my dharma, one has to understand whether he is having mercy. The first pillar of dharma is mercy. Dharma is whatever the laws of God. If you are following laws of God, there are 4 pillars for laws of God. First pillar is mercy, daya. And when you don't eat non-veg, it means you have mercy on the animals, which is the creation of God. And then it means now you are following one of the principle of dharma. And when you are having mercy, that means you are not eating non-veg, you are pure veg, fine. But that becomes your duty. Okay, but then you are pure, but you are a nice person, earning very nicely. But then for what you are doing all this, again you are doing it for your family business or for your family, for you want to satisfy your family nicely. And all these material things comes under Lord Shiva, Brahma and Goddess Durga. Vishnu Tattva gives you bhakti of Lord Krishna. But Shiva Tattva will give you bhakti of Shivji. Shiva Tattva will give you bhakti of Ganeshji. Shiva Tattva will give you bhakti of Parvati Devi. But what Shiva does, he glorifies Lord Krishna. And in Bhagavatam, if you understand Rudra Geet, so we have to understand Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam properly. There is Rudra Geet in Srimad Bhagavatam. I don't know the exact verse or the chapter or the canto. But there is Rudra Geet available in Srimad Bhagavatam. Go ahead with it. Google search Rudra Geet, Srimad Bhagavatam. And you will find that. And you will see that Lord Shiva and glorifying Lord Krishna as the supreme authority. And asking Lord Krishna to keep his devotion towards him and increase his devotion to him. Shivji is asking Lord Krishna, praying, Lord Krishna, please increase my devotion towards you. Make my devotion more sincere for you. And that is what Lord Shiva is asking. And when we are seeing that, we should understand Shiva Tattva, Lord Shiva. By the grace of Lord Shiva, Lord Shiva, Kuvera's material opulences had no limit. So Lord Shiva can give only material benefits. But he himself sometimes is not understanding that he is the source of Lord, or the source of Lord Shiva is Lord Krishna. Even Lord Shiva forgets that because of Maya. Lord Shiva is also affected by Maya. Goddess Durga is called as Maya Devi. Ya Maya Madhukaitaba Pramathani. If anyone is of Goddess Durga consciousness, I have taken an elaborate lecture about Goddess Durga regarding Brahma Sahita. And when we are understanding Goddess Durga, and we have also seen the Saptashati starts with Ya Maya Madhukaitaba Pramathani. Putran dehi dhanam dehi yasho dehi dusho dehi sarva kamasya dehi me. what kamascha, sarva, about material life. Whatever they will only give you instruments of pleasure. But if you want the word pleasure to come to you without doing anything, that we are able to understand. As a rich man's sons often becomes addicted to wine and women, so these two sons of Kubera were also addicted to wine and sex. And what happened due to Shiva consciousness? This is the result of all that. And whether it is good or bad, that I am not telling. It is you have to decide. I am just here to preach. And whether it is right or wrong, and even Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says in the, I think, last chapter, I have taught you whatever I want to teach. Now it is your decision. And that is what I will be also telling you the same. So these two sons of Kuvera were also addicted to wine and sex. Once these two demigods, desiring to enjoy, entered the garden of Lord Shiva in the province of Kailasa on the bank of Mandakini Ganges. And Lord Shiva is having a very beautiful garden, and in the Kailasa, and Nalakuvera and Manigriva entered that Kailasa and enjoying the garden, enjoying lust in the garden. And the devotee of Lord Shiva, his sons, was doing this. But also addicted. Once these two demigods, desiring to enjoy, entered the garden of Lord Shiva in the province of Kailasa on the bank of Mandakini Ganges. There they drank much what they drank, and engaged in hearing the sweet singing of beautiful women who accompanied them in that garden of fragrant flowers. And the flowers which were giving lot of fragrance, and the flowers are so beautiful in this world, what to speak about beauty about the flowers in the Kailasa Parvat, the abode of Lord Shiva, Kailasa. And why we should do Shiva Tattva, again I will trying to explain as the authority given by me, Srila Prabhupada ji, and I am delivering his lecture. This Katha again we will try to understand more. See, Lord Shiva has a beautiful garden, and Nalakuvera and Manigriva were enjoying in that garden. But again, what Lord Shiva can give you? Instruments for enjoyment. Again, he will put you in more material enjoyment. See, your Kailas Dham, there is a beautiful garden to enjoy material appliances. But is there anything about liberation or pleasure? No. There are instruments of pleasure. But is there a pleasure? No. Why? Because what they are going to face ahead. There they drank much and engaged in hearing the sweet singing of beautiful women who accompanied them in that garden of fragrant flowers. So even the abode of Lord Shiva is material. That also we are able to understanding here. In an intoxicated condition, they both entered the water of Ganges, which was full with lotus flowers, and there they began to enjoy the company of young girls, exactly as the male elephant enjoys the female elephant within the water. See, what is an example given about the position of those two people doing this thing in Lord Shiva's Kailasa, which is the abode of Lord Shiva, and who has got all these material opulences because of Lord Shiva. So here I am not saying Shivji is wrong. Shivji is very Mahan Vaishnava. He is one of the Mahajans who agrees that Lord Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is the greatest devotee of Lord Krishna. He is the topmost authority of all the Devi Devatas. He is not the topmost. He is the authority of all Devi Devatas. Devon ke Dev, Mahadev. But then all these demigods, he is the authority. But to him is the authority of Krishna. Sarva Ishvara Paramaha. If Shivaji is the controller of this Maya ka Jagat, Maya Devi, Goddess Durga is controller of this Maya ka Jagat, and then Lord Krishna is the controller of Shivaji. And Lord Krishna is the authority of Shivaji. Ishvara Parama, controller of controllers. Okay, we will go ahead with this. There he drank much and engaged in hearing the sweet singing of beautiful women. I am reading this sentence more and more times. So you should be able to understand. There they drank much and engaged in hearing the sweet singing of beautiful women who accompanied them in that garden of fragrant flowers. In an intoxicated condition, they both entered the water of the Ganges, which was full with lotus flowers, and there they began to enjoy the company of the young girls, exactly as the female elephant enjoys the female elephants within the, exactly as the male elephant enjoys the female elephants within that water. अभी तक वो उधर नहीं चालू हुआ है. So what is the things which are happening in Kailasa? Enjoying all material appliances and the ecstasy, bliss, no, material pleasures. And ecstasy and bliss, what you get in doing the service of Lord Krishna, pleasure you are getting the service by doing the service of Lord Krishna, and the pleasure what Gopikas are getting by doing the service of Lord Krishna. No, that is very high quality. And that is not expected by Lord Shivji. Lord Shivji, material appliances. उनकी authority उतनी ही है. Because the great sage was compassionate upon them, and why the great sage was compassionate, and wow, to whom about this we are speaking? Sri Narada. He wanted to finish their false enjoyment of intoxication and association with young girls, and wanted them to see Lord Krishna eye to eye. And every devotee first expects that all other persons should come in contact with Lord Krishna. Every devotee has the duty of what? And should have mercy in his mind. For what? So why we are saying, no, we should, you are benefiting some other person by just giving him material things? No, benefit him with Krishna consciousness. Ask him to do chant, and that will be your greatest benefit what you can give to other person. And one can say, if I am helping other person, the Paramatma which is residing in him is happy because his hunger is been completed. But you know one thing, how that is even possible? And if the Paramatma, how he will be happy? Paramatma has written a fate for him that he should be starving because of last sins committed in the previous life. He should be starving. But there are so much of sins committed by. And if I am saying, I am giving this example to many people, maybe this example will be fruitful for you to understand. It is not for humiliating a person or to say whether it is right or wrong, but I want to apply somewhere logic. And see, even I am open-minded. And when I am saying I am open-minded, whatever I am doing is whether good or bad. And if anybody gives me suggestion, and I try to agree, think whether that suggestion is right or wrong. And ideas and suggestions should be always welcomed by an intelligent person. And whenever we say that person is an intelligent, and one thing should be definitely there, all ideas and suggestions should be welcomed. And if I am suggesting some example for you, and when I came across to this example by myself, it's my origin, not from any other devotee, that if a person goes to a jail and that person has committed a crime of raping a small girl child, and you are going to that jail where that criminal is there, and you are helping that criminal by giving him some good house food and giving him some good clothes, are you doing the right thing? No. How it is possible? How you say that you are doing the right thing? I am again give you this example. A criminal who has done the crime of, I am taking a more nonsense thing as an example. Why? Because then only you will be able to understand the correct thing. And a person who has committed a crime as raping a small girl, say a small girl child, or say 7 years, 10 years girl, and he is a rigorous punishment from the court, and he is in jail with rigorous punishment. God has given him the order of rigorous punishment, rigorous work he should do, and he should suffer. Why? Because he has committed a sin, पाप किया है भुगतो. That is what is the idea of this court system. We should not blame the courts. Even the Yamadeva do that, and if someone is helping the god, Devata, and if someone is helping God, and then why we should blame? No, courts should not be blamed. They are very nice. Why? Because they are helping God in purifying other people. God also, now when God punishes, it doesn't mean it is a punishment, it is a purification. And if one is sent to jail for purification, it's very nice. So if doing, but the person, it should be established that person has committed that crime. And the person who has committed that crime, only that person has to be sent to jail. That point I definitely agree. And if that thing has been, that person has committed the crime, it has been proved in the court and sent to jail. And what people can say, no, I have to help the poor. What I will do, I will go to that jail, search for that criminal and give him proper food and clothes. Is that my work appreciated? And if that is not appreciated, you common people say that no, you are such a nonsense person, you are helping such a criminal. And if I say, but dear people, dear my friends, this was just an example given to you, that you are helping those persons who are facing their past sins. I don't know whether I can tell this publicly. Now I will stop this example here. We will go ahead with Krishna consciousness. A person in the material world, okay, because the great sage was compassionate upon them, and what say great sage was compassionate? This point came because of this. He wanted to finish their false enjoyment of intoxication. This is all false enjoyment. This should not be there. And we should not give false enjoyment to other person. We should give him true enjoyment, and that is Krishna consciousness. An association with young girls, and wanted them to see Lord Krishna eye to eye. And Sri Narad Muni wanted to see Lord Krishna, wanted those two, Nalakuvera and Manigriva, to remove intoxication from their life and bring Krishna consciousness in their life. And what he did? He conceived of cursing them as follows. He said that attraction of material enjoyment is due to an increase of mode of passion. And Lord Shivji has given them lot of money. A person on the material world, when favored by material opulences of riches, generally becomes addicted to three things: intoxication, sex and gambling. In other words, wine, women and wealth. And I will read this. He said that the attraction for material enjoyment is due to an increase of the mode of passion. Here again one more example why we should give Krishna consciousness instead of material things. That I want to explain. Generally, a person in the material world, when favored by the material opulences of riches, generally becomes addicted to three things: wine, women and wealth. Now, should we help other person with materials of enjoyment? We will go ahead. Materially opulent men being puffed up with accumulation of wealth, and what happens? They become puffed up. Also become so merciless that they indulge in killing animals by opening slaughterhouses, and they think that they themselves will never die. And we are opening slaughterhouses, we are eating meat and fish. Are you thinking that you will never die? Please think. And this is just giving a food to your thought. It is food of thought. I am not saying what is right and what is wrong. I don't know what is right and what is wrong. I know only Krishna consciousness is right, and that is what I am doing. And what I am thinking, whether it is right or not, no, I don't say whether it is, I don't know whether it is right or not. What I am saying is, I am doing Krishna consciousness, I know is very right, and that is what I am doing. I am not thinking about this material world, what is right and what is wrong. That is my position. So I don't know what is right and what is wrong. Please understand my point. I don't know what is right and what is wrong. But whatever is said here, if I have to explain it to you, then I have to explain the proper way. That is what I am doing. Materially opulent men being puffed up with the accumulation of wealth also become so merciless that they indulge in killing animals by opening slaughterhouses, and they think that they themselves will never die. Such foolish persons, forgetting the laws of nature, become overly infatuated with the body. They forget that the material body, even though very much advanced in civilization, up to a position of the demigods, will finally be burned to ashes. Even up to the position of demigods, one has to understand this point, will finally be burned to ashes. And I will read this sentence for you. They forget that the material body, even though very much advanced in civilization, up to the position of the demigods, not to speak about normal people, up to the position of the demigods, will finally be burned to ashes. And remember, this particular purport or this particular teachings is given in Srimad Bhagavatam 10th canto. And that is what I am explaining to you to this. Thus being engaged in jealousy, and while one is living, whatever the external condition of the body may be, within there is only stool, urine and various kinds of worms. And I will give you an example for this, and then I think we should stop this lecture here, as that is 9:05. I will give you one example, and one example is about the devotee, not material example. I will give you one devotee's example. And I think it's a case in Chaitanya Charitamrita. If I have heard from a senior devotee, I am not exactly understanding the references, but I will give you the example. As it is, we are going to see Chaitanya Charitamrita, and we will definitely come across this example. There was one senior devotees, brahmacharis, and doing service. And one lady, beautiful lady, was also doing service, devotional service towards Lord Krishna. And one of the brahmachari, and has got an eye contact with her beautiful form of that body, or a form of that beautiful girl, and he became and one of the small unit of desire of lust came to his mind. Even the topmost devotees, they may fall down because of this lust. One has to be very careful. And when that brahmachari or sannyasi, once you take sannyas ashram, you should not even see the form of a lady, what to speak about. We have seen brahmachari. We have seen in Srimad Bhagavatam, I think 16th sloka of first chapter, 13th or 14th sloka of 13th and 14th sloka of Srimad Bhagavatam, 13th and 14th verse Srimad Bhagavatam, 6th canto, first chapter. We have seen how a brahmachari should stay. He should not even think of a beautiful woman. He should not even think of a woman, of a female. And that sannyasi got a slight lust eye on a beautiful woman. And that particular woman or that particular female came to know that, okay, this sannyasi has got a bad eye on me. And what she did was, after 1 or 2 days, she called that sannyasi in a room. Understand this example properly. And what she did, there were 3-4 gonis kept, and that gonis, and she said, you embrace one of that goni. Goni means, I don't know the proper English word for that, cloth of full of having something in that, a cloth bag of cloth having something in that, and it was full, that goni was full. And he asked, okay, what do you do? You embrace that goni. When he got near to that goni started smelling badly. Okay, she told, you are having a bad smell, something bad in that, fine, there is another goni. Now you embrace that goni. And he tried to embrace that. Oh, but again bad smell, again something bad in that. Okay, you are finding bad in that, fine, that is another guni. You embrace that guni. You want to embrace me because you want to have lust from me, I am ready. As you are a sannyasi, it will be very, as a part of help, if I am to by coming to some of your service. She just tried to pacify him and make him more say greedy of lust. She made him more greedy of lust, and in that greediness she tried to tell him, okay, now there is one third guni, you embrace that guni. No, again so much of dirt, so much of bad smell, still embrace. You want to lust, no, then you embrace. No, I don't want any lust from you, please, and I don't want to embrace those gunis. And why should I embrace those three bad gunis? And then he asked her, why you are asking me to do that? But then she said, okay, I wanted to teach you a lesson. And what lesson she taught? And that first guni is having all my vomiting. That second guni is full of my urine. And the third guni is full of my stool. And if you are finding so much hard, so much bad in embracing those three things, this body is made up of this urine and stool and all kinds of bad vomiting and all kinds of bad things. In this material body is made up of that. If you are not getting attracted by this, then why you are getting attracted by my form? My body is full of all material nonsense, material bad things, stool, urine and vomiting and all that, all worms in this body. This body is made up of such a things, and you are getting attracted to this body. Then that sannyasi became enlightened, and then he bowed down to that lady and said, okay, you are my guru now, you have taught me the real badness and what is absolute truth. This is absolute truth. Your entire body is made up of all nonsense, urine, worms and stool. And when you are getting attracted to that body, one has to think what nonsense he is doing. He is trying to embrace a body of stool, urine and worms. That you are doing. One has to teach one's own self what me to speak. This is what is said here. I think I will stop with this. Thus, being engaged in jealousy and violence to other bodies, materialistic cannot understand the ultimate goal of life. And I will read the previous sentence again. And while one is living, whatever the external condition of the body may be, MBA and all that, within there is only stool, urine and various kinds of worms. That is what is the constitutional position of the material body. And that is why it is burned when we die. Because all worms in that body become alive. Because they are worried about only the flesh. They don't know what is the soul. The worms in that body are worried about the flesh. They eat flesh. They eat the dirt in your stomach. They drink the urine in your stomach. Those worms. And one of the life, if you are not doing Krishna consciousness properly, if your sins are very high, you are not worried about sins, and one of the form you may get of that worm, which is there in your body. And you will get the body of a worm and then keep eating dirt in the stomach. So with this and what we have to do and what is the actual way of doing it, I think I will complete the another sentence, and that is what will lead us to the Sankirtan. Thus being without knowing this goal, thus being engaged in jealousy and violence to other bodies, and what is happening. Materialistic cannot understand the ultimate goal of life, and without knowing this goal of life, they generally glide down to an hellish condition. In their next birth, such foolish persons commit all kinds of sinful activities on account of this temporary body, and they are even unable to consider whether this body actually belongs to them. Generally, it is said that body belongs to the persons who feed the body. One might therefore consider whether this body belongs to one personally or to the master to whom one renders service. The master of the slaves claims full right to the body of the slaves because the master feeds the slaves. It may be questioned then whether the body belongs to the father, who is the seed giving master of this body, or to the mother who develops the child's body in her womb. And when the child's body is developed by the womb, in the womb of the mother, whether she is great, okay. Now, Bhagat, this body is material, and why the position we are going to understand later on is the position of the soul. The soul is the part and fragmented part and parcel of Lord Krishna. So, what we are able to understand that we should not try to satisfy our material body, but to satisfy our soul. And that is the best thing in the entire, all the planetary systems, what to speak in top of the world or in the entire universe, entire all planetary systems. Even the dham of demigods. Now I have explained to you what is happening in dham of demigods, and we will do some Krishna consciousness and try to go to dham of Lord Krishna, which is called as Bhagavad Dham. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jai Jagannath Jai Baladeva Jai Subhadra Jai Jagannath Jai Baladeva Jai Subhadra Jagannatha Swami Nayana Pathagami Bhavatu me Jagannatha Swami Nayana Pathagami Bhavatu me Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Bol Prabhupada की जय आज के आनंद की जय कार्तिक मास की जय दामोदर मास की जय and one has to understand, and it was very ecstatic for me to make you to understand and see all the things, all this seva and of anything seva of Krishna consciousness will definitely give you pleasure, that you, so much of pleasure that you will go in ecstasy. You will enjoy ecstasy and bliss. At most, spiritual pleasure is called as bliss, and that we are able to enjoy in this month of Kartik Mas. We are seeing the technicalities of other the dhams. We are seeing the loving devotional service of Sri Yashoda Mata, and how the loving devotional service towards Krishna as her child, and we have seen the loving devotional service of Srimati Radharani through the form of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the mood of Srimati Radharani, and who is Satchidananda Vigraha again, and who is finding happiness in Viraha, and all that is so good, is so good, is so top of the all the material worlds, top of the all spiritual worlds, the topmost thing of the topmost authority and the topmost devotional service. And we will enjoy this particular bliss, this particular ecstasy each day, 8 o'clock in the Kartik Mas, and further lectures will also be available, but that will be in-house. But on this mobile, for this time, this day, Hare Krishna.